I had a bunch of friends ask me what was my morning routine, and I'd love to share it because the truth is, the moment I wake up, it's like my thoughts and fears and anxieties wake up before I do, and I spend my first couple of minutes of the day, beginning to grapple with maybe thought forms that are fearful and not helpful. And so by having this morning routine, I can get my mind on track and take the journey from the head to the heart, wake up the tools that I'm gonna use, and then animate my energetic system. So this is what I do every single morning. I'm just gonna recount it as it is. So I wake up at 5:31 each day, and from the moment I wake up, I feel those fearful thought forms jump in, so I immediately jump into the ABCs of the heart. So the ABCs of the heart is a process and a practice that we created here at Indivisible Arts. And the ABCs of the heart go like this. A, appreciative. I'm appreciative that I have a roof over my head. Let me wait till I can feel that. Yeah, I can feel that. Okay, B, breath. Let me get reconnected to the truth that there are 4 parts to the breath. The inhale, hold, exhale, pause, inhale. So already in my morning routine, I'm starting to start this off right by being in something I appreciate, breathing slow. Okay, C, confidence, right? In this moment, I'm like, yeah, I am confident. I feel it. Yeah, let's go. Now, depending on the day, I might say I am courageous, I am creative, I am compassionate. All heart-centered energies being the key, and in each case, waiting until I feel it in my heart before going on to the next one. So, D, devotion. I am devoted to my family through and through. That is the most important. And to this mission of Indivisible Arts, but ultimately, my family comes first, my higher power alongside it. So I'm devoted to that. I wait till I can feel that in my heart. Yeah, and now I'm excited. I look at my day ahead and I think about what it is that I'm most excited for. Think about that one meeting and a half that's gonna be so fun, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm feeling that excitement in my heart. Right now I've got my mind's in appreciation, I've been reconnected to breath, I'm confident in my flow, I know I'm devoted to my family, I'm excited for the day, and I remember I have this freedom. F for freedom, that since I am not my thoughts, I'm the one watching my thoughts, then I can change those thoughts to something different. That is the freedom and sovereignty I have to be in control of my thoughts. And if I'm guiding my thoughts, then I would like to be focused on G, things I'm grateful for, H, things I'm hopeful for, and let me, I, inspire others today. Let me be the living embodiment of J, joyful, and let me visualize a time and a person that I'm going to be especially kind to today, feeling that kindness in my heart before I go on to the 13th letter in the last of the ABCs of the heart, which is L for love. And I wait until I'm feeling that love in my heart, and I'm feeling through those 13 energies till I go on to the next of the exercises. Now at this point, it's usually around 5:48 to 5:55, and while I'm doing those ABCs of the heart, I'm making my morning coffee, letting my dog out to go to the bathroom, feeding my dog, making my morning coffee or making morning coffee for family members, all the while my eyes are halfway open and I'm going through the ABCs and being focused on these heart-centered energies. Not allowing my mind to think about anything else, not thinking through my to-do list, not looking at my email, not allowing my mind to divert itself and become distracted or obsessed on anything except for the heart-centered energies of appreciation, breath or beauty sometimes, confidence, devotion, energy, freedom, gratitude, hope, inspiration, joy, kindness, love. If I'm thinking about one of those heart-centered energies, then I'm automatically not thinking about any of the fearful or negative things. So that is the ABC of the heart. Additionally, one can see how those letters are malleable. One day, it might be creativity, might be compassion, might be courage. That helps keep the exercise fresh. Maybe on one day, F, instead of feeling about the freedom I have, the sovereignty of my thoughts, I'm thinking about forgiveness and somebody in my heart that I could go to relieve myself of the bondage of feeling resentment towards them, and instead have forgiveness for them, right? So all I need to know is that during this practice, I'm dedicated to only thinking about heart-centered energies. I'm not thinking about anything else but that. And I'm not going on to the next one until I feel that in my heart. Okay, I feel freedom in my heart, now let me go to gratitude, and so on. All right. Additionally, what makes it easy is if I'm sitting there, okay, I've done F for forgiveness or freedom, now I'm on G, could be gratitude, could be grace, right? And by generosity, by just saying, let me find a heart-centered energy that starts with that letter, that gives me the flexibility for this to be fresh and alive and not the exact same thing every single day. And that keeps my mind alive and it keeps the practice fresh day in, day out. All right. Next, after I've done about 15 minutes, sometimes to get all the way from A through L, sometimes it takes me 4 to 6 minutes. Most of the time it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes. Some days it takes me like 25 minutes because that's what's required for me to get anchored and rooted down into my heart. Each day is different, and that's okay. Next, after doing the ABCs of the heart, then I wake up each of the tools, right? Awareness, I am not my thoughts, I'm the one having the thoughts, right? I really ground myself, right. I am the one guiding my thoughts today. I'm not gonna wrestle with my thoughts. I'm not gonna fight my thoughts. I'm gonna be the aware observer, not judge them, but guide them. Acceptance, and really committing myself that no matter what goes on today to the best of my ability, I'm going to stay in acceptance. I'm not gonna start trying to control what's outside my hula hoop. I'm gonna remind myself that everything is exactly as it's supposed to be, or else it would be different. And I might not be able to change the outside world, but I can control how I react to it. And by focusing more on my serenity than being right, by focusing more on contributing than controlling, then by utilizing the tool of acceptance, I can do my best to stay in this place of serenity, calm, relaxed, inner harmony, inner peace. Next, I reanimate and wake up this tool of intention, a vision for what I want to have in this day. And usually at this point, I will go through the beats of my day, kind of knowing generally what meetings are coming up, what I'm speaking at an assembly or whatever it is. I'll have usually gone through this the night prior so that I don't have to pull out my phone or look at a phone-based calendar. So I'll have checked in the night prior, so I kind of know the basic beats. I've already done the visualization once the night prior, not some long extensive thing, maybe 3 to 5 minutes total while I'm walking the dog. And so then I'm thinking again about the beats, what I'm most excited for, setting an intention for what is the best case scenario outcome of each of the meetings that'll be coming up during the day. So that's intention. Then I touch base with gratitude and G flipping. If there's any, I take what am I complaining about most in my head, and I G flip it. So, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. I have to deal with this one coworker. Oh, I'm grateful I have a team that helps me with all the stuff that maybe I don't want to do, and they're really good at it, right? Then I move on to compassion, kindness, remind myself that when I'm judgmental towards others, I'm the one who feels that feeling. When I'm kind towards others, I'm the one who feels that compassion towards them. It's a very even and easy deal that makes it really easy to make the choice that I want to choose compassion over judgment. Then forgiveness, and if I have any poison in my heart versus anyone or any group of people, just remind myself I care more about letting go of those wounds and coming from a place of inner peace than I care about being right or trying to hold on to past wounds as if reliving them or thinking about them is going to change anything except for frustrate myself more. It's about letting go of those wounds, the need to feel right, so instead I can feel at peace today. And then connection. And I think about all my points of connection that will be coming up during the day. Connection to you and to service and all the people I'll see. Staying connected to myself, my own ideals, and to have integrity that what I'm saying and what I'm doing and what I'm thinking are all in alignment because I have a connection to myself and what I stand for, and then ultimately a connection to a higher power of my own understanding. So by this point, it's around 6 o'clock, and I'm just getting into the shower. So then I hop in the shower, and I do this next bit, which is I awaken each one of my energy centers, so the chakras. But because I like being creative and having fun with it, I am playing with 3 different energies, 3 different concepts for each one of the chakras, so that I can waken them up, and I don't go to the next chakra until I've really felt the previous one, and I know and I can physically feel it awake in my being. So I start with the root chakra, where I am strong, and I say this to myself, I am strong, I am spacious, and I am sovereign. Spacious, and I know that my being is experienced both in this dimension and in other dimensions, and I have to re-remind myself of this truth, that just because I can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. And then I'm sovereign, as in I have both the freedom and the accountability to be a sovereign being in my day and how I go about my life, my actions, my practice. Then I move on to the second chakra, which is really about feeling, and I remind myself that I am slow, smooth, and sensual. Sensual as in I'm feeling my senses, and in that moment I'm feeling the hot water on my skin, I'm feeling my breath, I'm connecting to all my subtle senses, and I'm slowing down my thoughts. And I'm moving smoothly through how I'm thinking and I'm feeling. Right? By now I've been thinking about all this stuff, I'm starting to get geared up. I want to smoothly move back into my senses, getting totally present before I go on to the third chakra, solar plexus chakra. And that second one was the sacral chakra. Now I go into the solar plexus chakra, which is around almost like my identity and how am I showing up as. I want to show up as stoic, solid, you can count on me, smiling, yes, and super. I'm super. And I love feeling that I'm super, and I love the feeling I get when I say to myself, I am super, and I am smiling. So at this point, I'm in the shower, I'm smiling to myself, right? And that leads me to the heart chakra, where in my heart chakra, I feel that I'm soft, I am sacred, and I am serene. I feel that sense in my heart. And this is one in particular that I'll sit with for longer, just feel it. Till I feel that softness, that sacredness, that peaceful serenity. And I move on to my throat chakra, which is sincere and specific and stellar. Knowing that if I'm coming from a place that's authentic and there's not any distortion in my field or through my thoughts, the mentalization, or my nervous system, and what I'm saying is clear and authentic, then it's sincere and it's specific, and in that moment, my throat chakra becomes interstellar. It becomes a portal for whatever is going to come through me, because I know in the flow state of that authentic sincerity, then what happens next is a channel for something beyond me, because I'm not thinking about it and it's coming out, so it's coming from somewhere. Then I move on to my third eye chakra, and my mind, really thinking about my mind, is operating in a way where it's sharp, it's structured, and it's still. In that stillness, begin to really, really sense the clarity coming through me. And this is at this point when I press my head against the shower, the cold tile, and I reconnect to source. And as my soul, me and my soul, which is this small sliver of my higher power source, my purpose here is to be of service. Be of service by being a model of the sunlight of the Spirit. Let's go. And that, at this point now, it's 6:30, maybe 6:31, 6:32. I've been up for an hour. I have not checked my email. I have not looked at my phone. I have not thought about anything except for having my inner realm structured for the day. So there it is. That is how I start my morning every single day, whether I'm at home or on vacation or wherever it is. I don't leave home without it. And then, this is ending around 6:30, 6:31, 6:32. By 6:45, I'm sharing in Circle, participating in Circle to get perspective medicine and making sure that as I go out there in the day, the best of me has been tonified, sharpened, and tuned by the best of the Circle that I'm a participant with on Zoom at 6:45 every single day, so that I have the best opportunity to go out there and serve as a soul committed to the sunlight of the Spirit. So there it is. Thank you for watching, and I'm excited to hear what you have in your morning structure so that we can all collaboratively co-create entire bevy of opportunities for others to add more structure to their day, because I know for a fact that if I take a second to frame up my inner being, then it's a lot more helpful than me waking up to fearful programs that are worried, concerned, stressed, and anxious. I know this to be true. Consider giving it a try. Alrighty, bye.